Morning, everybody. It's Musa. A little early now. It's actually a little late. Um, Morning prayer will start here soon. Sorry if I covered up the screen. Wanted to show you. Um, I know I don't do these as often as I should, but I'm cutting up some meat to grind. You got some in here already. Um, I should have weighed this, but I guess I can weigh it after I grind it. Um, I don't know if there's a bone in there. I'm going to cut that out if it is, but you know, this is breakfast. These fat chunks gonna get kicked off to the side. I got a couple of factors I could do with that, but it's not going in a meal. That's for certain. Um, Maybe the soap, maybe the biodiesel, some. Anyway, yeah. So I'm just gonna quickly show you. Okay, my first meal is gonna probably be just um, a ground patty. I think there's a little bread left. Yeah, this guy here probably be inside there. I may put cheese. I may not. I'm gonna do the numbers on it to first see if I should add some cheese for the protein. But you got to keep in mind, me and dairy are rough friends. We deal with each other where we have to. Um, Excuse my voice this morning. I haven't spoke to anybody yet that I know of. Now someone called me the other day laughing in my sleep, so I was just kind of have to say I don't know what I hadn't talked to anybody that I know of. Anyway, so basically, um, yesterday was a really rough day, and I did what I normally do. Wind up just got busy on some other tasks and hadn't basically really eaten in the whole day. Well, pretty much a day and a half, truthfully, if you total the meals together. Um, and was not feeling right. And when I know I'm going into a high stress, and by the way, the situations are not necessarily high stress here. It's just you're still getting used to a lot of the things that are just not normal for us. I was just watching an internet short about some movie with Stallone. I don't even know what it is, but he sent this guy, black guy, in to go buy a car, and the guy instantly assumed the guy was selling drugs. I didn't see the bottom of the short to recognize what it was, and then he goes up there and reminds the gentleman that what he truly should fear is him. The thing that you think is a criminal isn't the criminal. What is a criminal is the thing that you're safe with. um, so what I'm basically getting at is that there are things that we're not accustomed to, and one of those things is having a lot of people wanting to sell you things on a regular. Yeah, yeah, no doubt. I grew up in the hood. Heck, you had crackheads who would do it to you. Yes, no doubt. But I ain't talking about crackheads. I'm talking about actual vendors, and probably some, people who do things as well, wanting to sell different things to you. So when I go into a market, like I went to Saracula Market yesterday, and I had planned to make a video there, but I think we got completely and totally sidetracked because we was looking for very specific items, and these items they were there, but the pricing was the same. But since the quantity that we were getting was a large amount, one of the brothers who has teamed up with us real quick has felt the need to donate to the local villages some things that was needed. So we went out and looked at those things. We did get them that night, but they were closer to the village than where we went because the pricing was all the same. This is tourist season here, y'all, and they up the prices on everything. So when tourist season is over, you see a drastic drop in pricing. Two, and I'll be honest about this, to also see an increase again when Ramadan is. Yeah, it's kind of messed up, but they take advantage of it. They do. I mean, the vendors here do. They raise prices in Ramadan. They drop them after Ramadan. They drop them right before Ramadan, and they raise them again, which is right at tourist season. And pretty much after that, you're just dealing with rainy season. Um, that's how they flow. Um, So here we are, showing you a whole bunch of raw meat. This meat is very fresh meat, typically very lean, and therefore I start to go for fattier portions. I know y'all, all y'all cooking meat experts, you can talk about all the marbling and stuff. To be honest with you though, I have not heard their meat being tested to see if you get that same effect. What is it called? In Wagyu meat, where basically the fat converts to oilic, auric anyway, which is a mono saturated fat. I have not checked into that yet to see. But this is the craziest thing what I'm going to say, okay? I really like the goat meat. And this is the first place I've ever been able to enjoy lamb. I cannot stand lamb when I was in the States. I had me some lamb here and near keto, ate the whole lamb myself, and probably actually did eat the whole lamb myself, but well, not the whole lamb. We gave some meat out. So, but anyway, the pieces that were here, I think I devoured. The beef here is how can I say this? Really clear tasting. I'm not gonna call it bland because you put some salt and pepper on it, you're good to go. But uh, there's a distinct flavor difference to the point where it's milder than the goat. And don't think when I said that, oh, the goat meat's wild tasting or something like that. It isn't that. The goat meat here tastes very good. But it has its own flavor. And I'm not talking about that wild, funky flavor. I ain't talking about that, guys. I'm not trying to get you to eat funky tasting meat. I'm not saying that. No. It has a unique taste difference that I prefer than beef, actually. And I eat a lot of beef. But my only biggest problem is, which is starting to become my same problem here now, because I used to be able to go up there and still can just get just straight meat, no bone. Because I like paying for meat. I use the bones when I have to, but um, since this is a fitness journey side of things, I've been trying to really get the protein and stuff down. And I want to see if that number charting thing is real. Because to be honest with you, I think if nothing else, it helps a person with gaining a certain degree of discipline. I have a discipline issue, no doubt, and it's not an overeating one; it's an undereating one. I need some people to really keep me um, accountable to eat, because I will just stop. I really will. Like if Sarjo doesn't feel like cooking or doesn't want nothing to eat, which we still make sure she eats something, that doesn't mean I will eat. And I have this other weird thing where if I make the food, I won't eat it. So like this here, I'm going to grind it now, let it prepare and cook slowly, and walk out away from it. I'm probably not even going to use the gas stove behind me. I'm probably going to use the electric eye in the other room and walk away from it. That way I can walk away, start doing other things, and pretty much make myself forget that I'm making food, and then come back, slap it together, and maybe be able to eat it. It's crazy, right? I don't know. It's just weird. Anyway, guys, like I said, so we're gonna be looking at shoot minimum 30, maybe even 60 grams of protein here. After I weigh it out, I put it in my fitness pal and try to, I don't know, screenshot it or screen record it. I have not been successful with that yet, with the screen recording, because I've been trying to put that in there and say stuff, but it won't record. I'm probably doing something wrong, but we'll give it a go. And here we are, still not saying nothing, and it's almost 10 minutes. Um, my arm, I did hurt my hand while working on one of the vehicles, so I'm hoping I'll be able to do some push-ups today, but I might have to keep it really light. I had a hard time picking up that 50-kilo bag of rice yesterday. I actually had to let the young guys come get it. Sorry, guys. My cord charged. My cord popped out again. That means I need to get something in there and clean it out. So yeah, guys, this is old school, kind of old school. Truth be told, I wish it was real old school, because I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's plastic, nickel, or what the nonsense is, but it doesn't really give me a really good grind like I like. So one of the products reveal that was supposed to go down this month, but I got a couple of deals in the make. making was to bring another electric in. Now we had one I sent from the U.S. It burnt up, um, but that could have been any reason. Uh, I'm trying to remember. I don't think we had this thing near at the time, so it could have. I'm trying to remember, guys. I don't think. I don't know. Well, we did bring this here to this place, so we may have had that. Maybe it was plugged up in there. I don't know, but for some reason it burnt out. So I'm just running a couple pieces of deal. And yes, I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording because I try to get this in at a temperature pretty much cool, kind of solid. That one's actually thawing on me. This one's not going to. These were solid. Got this little, by the way, they do have these, what do they call them? Secondhand items. Take your time. Look through your secondhand stuff. I know sometimes we kind of want to get away from it, but I run across these Smith Brothers knives, or one of them. And until Dow Strong gets back in touch with me after we, I guess, I don't know what to call it, after we started being able to monetize, which guys, please like, share, subscribe. We need to get some numbers up. And that way, once, we get monetized there, I can start making some real improvements. And I would love for Dow Strong, because they do ship internationally, to get in touch with me. And I would like their knives. I really like the way they look. And yes, I am on the Google band train. Band train? What's it? Bandwagon. Band train. What's wrong with me? Anyway. That's what happens when you wake up at 2 in the morning and piddle around. But I know what I'm also going to do is start remaking my tea. I left my tea alone because I had a little problem, but there was something wrong with the tea. It was just I hadn't hydrated properly, or either I had pulled a muscle on my side. So now I know it's not the tea. It was just either needed some more water because I had stopped drinking a lot of water. I don't know why, but I slowed up, and then we did a lot of repairs really quickly, and I had a pain in my side closer to the rear, and I thought maybe maybe this is a kidney issue, and I was like, oh nope, no kidney issues. We've already passed that point. So I think I'll probably see that in the screen. That looks like something dark in the meat. It is not. That's a shadow. I saw it on the screen just then when I looked there. I was like, that looks like something's right in there. It's not. It's a shadow. Let me see if I can turn it around so you can see it better. Still a shadow. A horrible looking shadow on top of that. No, that means just fine, guys. It's not even discolored, really. I don't know why it looks that way. Let me see if I can just cut it for you. One-handed. Now I see what these YouTubers are struggling with when they do that. I did sharpen this knife, by the way. I don't know why I saw it through it like that or saw through it, but see, as you can see, I don't know, guys. Camera might be messing with you, because honestly, what I can see outside the camera is not what it looks like on camera. Or am I just tripping? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, fresh red meat, guys. I'm gonna stop there and see. I think that's an angle issue. Yeah. Lights over my head, not that great. Well, they're great. They're fine. I like them. But anyway, I guess for recording, it makes things look weird. Like, see, like this piece here looks different from that piece there. Anyway, everything it's good. Believe me, if it was not, you wouldn't see me eating it. I mean, have I done something crazy like that in the States? Yes, because guess what? The junk costs too much. Here, nah, I'm not gonna do that for what it come down to about what, $3, maybe 4. Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. And some people are like, well, we see you get it in the market there, and they have these flies and all that stuff. Believe it or not, once that skin toughens up, you don't get too much nothing beyond it. I don't know if you have to did your own meat. Honestly, the amount of flies they have is minimal compared to what I have had on a goat that I slaughtered. Like, good God, I had to punch flies. Anyway, let me get out of here, guys. And look, it's already at 14 minutes, 15 minutes, too long of a video. But let me see. Like I said, first meal. Let me finish prepping this thing up. Guys, how do you do fast forwarding or montaging and talking at the same time? I'm about to go in here and see if one of these little apps can let me separate the track, audio track, from the video, and then go that route. Because I might be able to start making shorter videos with the same amount of detail. Anyway, any input would be great. Be back in a minute. Don't know if you can hear in the background, but they're getting ready to start prayer. But I wanted to show y'all what this meat looked like, ground up and cut off the bone. That's definitely a bone there. And I got little pieces of, in there. But gonna add flavor for stock and all that. So excuse my fingers again, guys, because my cord keeps coming out. Anyway, I wanted to just show that. See if I can get some real action. I don't know if you're gonna get it because I ain't got much meat left in there. But see me here churning it. There it is. Some meat fell. Here's an action shot of me grinding meat. Me grinding meat. I don't think that's a pause situation, but just in case. Pause. And if anybody dare say that's what she said, joke, we're getting old, guys. We're getting too old for that joke. All right. Yeah, I know. Really? Are you gonna talk about that right now? No. You still have to keep in mind I am a veteran, so some of the jokes are dark. So anyway, catch y'all in a little bit. Let me finish this up. Okay, guys, here we go. Got the scale out. She got it down here and set for ounces, and she's teared out. I did buy this food scale here, by the way. Anita Trading has a lot of good stuff. So here we go. And by the way, guys, I know y'all see those eggs in the background. That's for everybody else. I can't eat eggs. This is one of the reasons why you see me doing stuff like this. And that is almost 3 ounces right there. So, ooh, she's over. I'll make a 4-ounce one. Kind of hungry this morning. All right, well, these guys, he'll be picking this junk out and doing all this goofy stuff. I'm not going to do that. Even though I just said I wasn't going to do it, I did it anyway. But God doggone it, it's just so near perfect. I almost have to go for it, How do I? What happened? It didn't change. Anyway, we're going to call it a 4-ounce patty. Let's see. We got a lot left. So, no, this might be we're gonna divide these out in 4-ounce patties. That's what we're gonna do. All right, give me a second, guys. I want to see how much is in here. Then I'm gonna salt and pepper it, and start the cooking. All right, guys. I'm over here killing myself, right? All right. First off, let's get this straight. We got four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ground beef. And I don't know what the percentage is. Let's call it 80-20. Heck, it may be 70-30. Anyhow, that's right from the animal. Anyway, so we got about, this last one here is actually 4 ounces and 37. 4 ounces is 0.37, whatever. Anyway, we're going to call it 4 ounces, okay? Look, so that's a little over a pound of meat. I mean, let's just call it a pound of meat, guys. Let's not play games, all right? Because you know what? This is raw. This ain't accurate. So once I cook it, it's the cook weight that truly matters. But for the caloric side of things, and since I'm not going to probably weigh it after I get done eating anyway, I probably should start doing that. Just to control the deficit more. Or if you wouldn't even call it, guys, like I said, I'm experimenting with a lot of ideas all at once. And to be honest with you, I shouldn't even worry about deficits because I live in one and I shouldn't. There's no reason for this. Uh, I got asked about what's it called again? Cost of living. So let's look at this situation here, right? So this is total 16 ounces. Okay, so that's about 1 pound of ground beef there. Shoot, what's 1 pound ground beef in the States right now? Yeah, you know what it is. People keep me abreast. And even before I left, okay, so this here would be classified as a half a kilo here. It's actually less than half a kilo, but we're gonna call it a half kilo to make life easy for us. In other words, this would cost me roughly probably about 150 dollars GMD. Uh, real quick math on that. That's $3. It's less than $3 because I keep doing the old. When I first got here, the dollar amount has changed, so it's less than $3. Uh, so yeah, there's no reason really for me to be a deficit except for trying to use this thing down below me. This spare tire people talk about. I would show it to you guys, but I am slightly underdressed, so I'm not going to show you the stomach today, or at least not now. Anyway, so I'm going to salt season these guys up, get them going. Oh, what I'm laughing about when you hear me coming on right now, I go through here and I do my research. I look at the YouTube shorts and stuff and look at all that and see different videos, different styles that people like. And I try to pick up what I can. Okay. There's some things I don't pick up, guys. I like to show you that my table's a little rough because I'm going to buy a new one. I like to show you that. This came with the place, and it needs to stay with the place or go somewhere else. If I decide to buy a new table or make a table, I may just leave it here and destroy this one. I don't know. But I like showing you a little bit more raw videos because one of the things I've noticed sometimes things just look too pristine. I just realized, Google, for example, did like a behind the scenes shot or whatever. And this whole time I'm watching this man cook in his kitchen, I didn't realize that that was his garage that he converted for a set. I feel like an idiot. Um, Now I want to show you the real thing. Like right now, you see that Hoffman over there? We use that Hoffman. Matter of fact, she thought she broke it the other day because she was mixing cake batter in it. Yeah, you heard me right. Cake batter. Too thick cake batter. It's got a reset switch underneath it. She thought she had broke it. I hit the reset switch, started it back up, added a little bit more oil, a little bit more water, and it thinned out the dough, but it like made some really creamy, perfect looking dough, which probably had been beaten way too much by this blender. But it definitely tells me we need to get a food processor and an actual mixer. So anyway, these kind of things just let me know that they are beneficial in the household because we're coming from two different cultures. If I was talking about just from a Western standpoint, of course I would have had those items. I would have picked those items up. Here, most of your mixing and pounding is that thing back there. And we can't knock that because we still using mortar and pestle to this day because it does a very good job at good job at grinding and mixing things, and will outlast the electrical stuff. So anyway, guys, look, I'm laughing at, and I was trying to tell y'all that I am laughing at. I'm watching these shorts. And got doggone it, I ran across a sort of a movie I forgot about that was hilarious. Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg in Two Guns, and it's the scene where they have the chickens out there on the firing range. Oh my god, I forgot that Mark Wahlberg. Because you got to keep in mind, I know Mark Wahlberg from the Beastie Boys, so I tend to forget about him being an actor and a comedian. Though I've seen him in movies, I just forget about it. I instantly go back to the Beastie Boys days, and that's dating me. Forget y'all. But anyway, no. So I'm laughing at the joke he made, and then of course here I am on the African continent, and I noticed we all do the same thing no matter what. You say something stupid, we're gonna look at you and call you on that joke. And he said that statement about put your finger in the belly button and brown stuff comes out. Doesn't make it your that hole. And Denzel, he looks back at him, man. I mean, yes, of course, it's scripted. I think it's scripted. It may or not. That may have came out real. He's like, "What you say?" I mean, because you got to imagine, Mark Wahlberg has this very funny. I mean, of course, we all laugh at the Boston accent. I don't think Bostonians, I don't think they laugh at their own accent. But if you're not a Bostonian, that don't sound funny. Anyway, uh, so I guess this is turned into a quick story time situation. Okay, story time with Tony. Okay, Musa. Yes, Tony or Antonio is the name in the States before my conversion to Islam. So now it's Musa. Anyhow, I was in basic training, right? And if anybody heard this parts of the story, when I started up basic training, I was seriously deficient physically. I was living in a homeless shelter at that time and was just struggling. And people were like, "Well, good, you got to go to the military to get out. To get out of that situation." Yes, but keep in mind, I've been trying to get in the military for 12 years. It's just that Iraq had got to a place where they would take anybody, including people who had severely vision or had vision problems. So anyway, so I am. I basically I fought and I made it. Push-ups, sit-ups, everything was severely lacking. One push-up, one sit-up, in about 2 weeks' time, 30 sit-ups, 20 push-ups, and then all of a sudden that junk just blew up, right? So, but the run was beating my tail, beating me like a drum. I could not run. So anyway, I don't know what the drill sergeants noticed, but they did notice that something was going on in my mind. And it was. I was always making myself like push the limits, and I kept like envisioning if I could make it to this finish line. Like I would envision someone like had a gun to my children's head, and all I had to do was get to the finish line, and they would be okay. If I couldn't make it in time, then I would see them die. Yes, I know it's sick, it's morbid. Okay, Goggins, if you see this video, chime in the comments. Tell me if you ain't did that crazy junk. Anyway, uh, and man, you get to see this over and over again. In very visual person, so you see your kids die, and apparently the drill sergeant, I must have been making some facial expressions when I was running. I know he came over concerned. And we were talking, and he said, "I got a plan," because I had like just failed. I'm talking about like my running time at that time I think had to be better than 15 minutes or something like that, and it's a 2 mile run. And I think my run was like 19 something, and he was just like, "I got a plan. You coming back out here and running the next day," which is not what they normally do. So the very next day, I redid the whole PT test from beginning to end. They normally take time in between. So it's an army regulation. But now we did the next day. So we did the next day, right? And he had this Bostonian Stewart. Stewart, if you ever see my videos, man, what's up? I really appreciate your help. You tripped me out. You buck wild, boy. You buck wild. And I'm not going to talk about some of the stuff I've seen you do on this video because kids are watching. But anyway, so we sitting up here, and I'm out there. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. It's cold. We're in South Carolina at Fort Jackson. Cold as all get out that morning, and he's talking noise, and I can understand what Stewart said most of the time. And this morning, too early, no coffee yet. I ain't got a clue what Stewart talking about, and he just blah 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 blah, and just put all that with a Bostonian accent because I have no idea what he said to me. And then we start to run. We start running, and I start off. getting it. And he's like, no, 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 slow up, slow up, slow up, slow up. He comes up and don't get me wrong, I really don't understand what he's saying. So he's doing hand gestures while he's talking to me. So I figure out what he's saying. And so he's like, no, 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 you're moving too fast. And all my mind is, I gotta get there before my kids get hurt. And then he starts to say, you're in your head, get out of your head. And I didn't know what he was talking about. It's like, you're in your head, get out of your head. And at this point, I realized I'm like far ahead of him, but I didn't realize I had took off sprinting. And he has to run up and actually touch me and say, calm down, you're in your head. Drill sergeant, he kind of watching over there and trying, because it's only me and him out there while I'm running. And this was, I think, also a redemption thing for Stewart, because he had done something over the Christmas holidays before he got back. But like I said, I ain't gonna talk about you, Stewart, like that. You did some crazy junk. You a crazy boy. Anyway, so this is also Stewart's redemption arc, if you're an anime watcher or whatever. Anyway, so we out here and we running, and he starts to say this line. He said, what else can you ask for? This is the only thing I kind of could understand. It was only, I understood it only after the run. I didn't understand it during the run. What else could you ask for? It's a brisk morning. We're up and it's dark outside. We hadn't eaten yet. You're thrown up, by the way, when I ran. I threw up all the time, and I would run. I would stay running while throwing up, so that didn't slow me down. Or it did slow me down, but I didn't stop. I just kept running and throwing up. So he said, you've thrown up 4 times this morning. Today is going to be a great day. And I looked over at him. What did you just say? He said, sprint. And at that point, we just took off running. And we get to the line, and I look over there, and it is 14:30. You do not drop 5 minutes between one day to the next. It was all in my mind. And that's what him and the drill sergeant both were conveying to me. And they said, what are you thinking about when you're running? Because you will start to sprint and you don't realize you gas yourself, and then you slow up a whole lot, and then you sprint again, and then you throw up, and then you sprint again, and then you slow down, and it's like, what are you thinking about? And I told them, and they said, don't ever do that. He said, don't ever do that. So Goggins, I don't know if you get into that kind of mindset, or any other soldier, you know what I'm talking about, or anybody for that matter. People got different things they do. Unhealthy negative self-thought or self-images really don't motivate you like you think they do. Yeah, you might get some crazy junk done, but at what cost? When you probably could have had a more positive self-image, positive self-thought, positive thoughts, period, and just would have progressively moved forward. For some reason, I just could never put my mindset in the push-ups and the sit-up arena to make me have to think that way. But when the run was beating me so bad, it instantly made me say, okay, I need to see something like this. All I got to do is save my children's life. And in my mind, because it was like a direct translation, because, man, we were homeless. They're back in Mobile. But we have no place to stay in Texas. And I need to make something happen. And it made me directly translate those things into a very real life scenario where their livelihood depended on me getting to this finish line in that time. Well, I'll be honest with you. I ran that test again and failed doing the same thing. The next time I ran it after that, I passed it. Being completely distracted on the run. I felt like I was moving in slow motion. Personal goals. I've never achieved my personal goal. My personal goal may not be real for me, but I have never tried, never achieved it, and I kind of still want it. And here it is now. I'm a good bit older, but I would like to see at least a 10-minute 2-mile come from these legs. These damaged, beat up ankles, knees, all of that. I like to see it. And I would like to tell y'all the truth that if I could see it one time, I'll be satisfied. That's not true. I'm going to do it again and again. So anyway, I guess it lines up with the fitness goals. That's story time with Musa guys. I told you my stories are horrific. And that's one of the most lightest ones you will hear me tell. They get really bad, and believe it or not, I had to skip a couple things out. And by the way, when I said Stewart's redemption arc, we had no problems. I thought he was a funny guy. I didn't understand a word he said most of the time. No, he had done something else that got him in some trouble with the military, and this was his way of redeeming himself. Um, anyway, guys, like I said, we are making some burgers here, and I'm hoping to keep my phone on the charge. All right. Um, man, I want this all to be one video, but man, this video is gonna be ultra long. It may be a part one and a part two, guys. I don't know. It depends on if I get any interesting stuff done today. And there is something I got to do today. Let me cook these burgers. Go pray. Clean my butt up. Then go pray. Eat me a burger or two. And drink a little coffee. Get my head in the game. I don't know if I'm drinking coffee today. I'm gonna make my tea of it's called hoopba and senna. But I don't know what the senna is yet, guys. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I don't know. I think it's betch. And I didn't say the other word. I said betch. Betch. I think that's what it is. Mixed with fenugreek. Fenugreek is hoopba here. Don't ask me what's your local language. I don't know. The person just told me they call it hoopba or hoodba. My Gambians, if y'all watching this and you know what I'm trying to say, help me out. Uzman, I know you watch the videos. Type it in the comments what I'm saying. Okay? But fenugreek is hoodba. The little brown pellet stuff, Uz, if you don't remember. Do I got some in the cabinet? Let me check. Okay, yeah, here we go. This stuff here is hoodba, which is fenugreek. And I'm also mixing it with this stuff here. They call it senna. Now, anybody know what senna is in English? Hook a brother up. Or even, I know this may be a hard stretch, but even if you know it in Latin, hook me up with that, or whatever close local name it is. Because, see, I'm starting to find out a lot of local names are actually Latin guys. So, like, I found out Kong is actually Mekong, or not actually, Mekong is what it is. They call it Kong. Mekong. Mekong and Kong are catfish. But if you look up the Latin name of catfish, it comes up something Mekong. And they just simply call it the Kongfish. So, hey, I've ran across a couple of things like that, including Kettering, which translates to Nigerian as, not Ifo, but you know, they make Ifo soup and stuff out of it. But anyway, what they called Nigerian spinach. So, you know, it takes a little bit of time, guys, but I'm gonna get all this stuff put together so we can all be on the same page and be able to look at like nutritional data and all that and make sure this all, you know, comes out to what it comes out to. So I'm probably gonna make that as a tea a little bit later. I don't know. Waiting for my stomach to act up. But anyway, guys, let me go ahead and cook these burgers, get cleaned up. I'm already late for prayer. Time, guys. Okay. I think the mic is on. I'm not sure, but this is my fitness pal I'm using here. This was today's breakfast. I have a goal of 2,902 calories, and I'm starting to see something now. If I go strictly to a hardcore carnivore diet, or pretty hardcore, not that strict. I mean, I put 3 sugars in the coffee, you know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel really good right now. I'm going to drink me some wonjo probably before I leave the house. The iron's gonna kick up. I'm gonna show you this right now. Only 167 calories have been eaten. This is crazy. And I mean, unless you want me to go ahead and total up probably about 3 teaspoons of ketchup. I did season it with salt. Hold on, I'll get it right quick. One of these things I want to look up anyway. salt, and I got this seasoning. Now this is something I got that was being shipped here, but I'm gonna tell you what it is. Maybe you can find it yourself. I don't know if you can, but the ingredients are simple. Pinzies, salsa, and pico. I put some of that on there. What's in there is shallots, garlic. There's probably something else in between shallots and that, but there's a sticker in the way so I can't see it. Black pepper, Mexican oregano, paprika, cilantro, jalapeno peppers, and chipotle peppers. It's not hot. It added a stupid good flavor to the point where I was like, what the heck, do I need ketchup? Which, if anyone knows me, I always need ketchup. So it made me question ketchup. Along with that, there was some black pepper on there, and this is not fresh. This is just regular brown black pepper. And this was regular table salt. I didn't use my sea salt stuff. And turmeric is in it. So we're gonna leave these numbers the same because it's really not that much in there. I'll take a quick picture, guys. But first, I'm gonna flip you over. No, why, man? The hardest time keeping this charge cord in. Let me flip it over here to this nutrition side. I want you to take a look at where we at. 47 grams of protein. I got 98 grams to get. If I was to do that 2 more times today, it's be one of the few times I actually hit my protein numbers. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I feel good. I feel satiated, as they say. Now, see, the weird part about satiation, because what I would do, normally, I would have tried to eat one of those packets, and I think y'all may have heard me slip up in the earlier part of the video when I said, or tried to say, I'm going to try to see if I can eat this all day. I had planned to eat one of those, 4 meals a day, and 1 patty each. I was not going to be satiated. I would have tricked myself into that. Oh, by the way, I know y'all remember this guy. That piece of bread that I said I was going to eat, that bread is still sitting there. Let me see if I can flip the screen, guys. You said I was going to try to eat that. Get that light out of here. Piece of bread with it, I did not. So the only carbs in that thing is the seasoning and the sugar. It says it was about 3 cubes of sugar. Now I didn't buy sugar cubes, but I know what it looked like when you cover up the coffee with it, and the coffee was not covered up. So we had black coffee, no cream, just sugar cut cubes. And guys, I feel better. I mean, I don't even, you know how people keep talking about the fact you don't get those crashes and stuff when you do this whole carnivore thing? That junk's real. But the issue that you have to deal with is you do eat more meat. It's not this junk that people be doing, like I was trying to do. I was trying to do one of those patties. Skip is empty, by the way. And no, I just said, you know what? I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna keep eating today. See how I feel, and I feel good. I did not make my regular tea, my coffee, my regular tea or coffee, the hookah or fenugreek and senna leaves. I didn't make that. I just made some black coffee instead, and that will probably later today. I feel really good, guys. I mean, honestly, my stomach's full. Now, I know a lot of times we take those added carbs and we use those to fill up, but I'm not doing that right now. I feel real good. So I'm going to see how to take this. Oh, real quick, if anybody else got any more information on this thing, see, this here was always a struggle meal staple at the house. Not the Kroger one, but eating peanut butter, especially when I was getting that junk for free. On WIC and stuff like that. Oh, man, that peanut butter was a super struggle meal helper. Now, I was listening to one person speak on this topic, that peanut butter by itself is just saturated fat. It is actually not a complete protein, amino acid wise. Now, I would love to hear people chime in on that comment. One, chime in on what you know. And if you have an opinion, divide up your comment to talk about the opinion. The other side of it is, I also would like to know, which I'm gonna look it up myself anyway, what would we need to add to the peanut butter to make it into a complete amino acid? But the truth is, we did a lot of tactics in the States because we couldn't afford to buy the stuff. Here you can afford to buy the stuff. And I was sitting up here finna come up with some more tactics, and I'm finna sit here and like, wait. No. We're not doing that. No, what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep doing this. It may be in a little different fashion. Like I know some fish is probably coming sometime today. And take those items and just see how we feel. I think I'm gonna try to express today an all meat day and see what I feel like at the end of the day. Because I've been doing weird stuff like around 2 p.m. I want to go to sleep. And I know y'all heard me say I was up at 2. So then once again, weird stuff like I'll drop off and go to sleep and then pop up at 11, 12 at night, and then I'm just up pretty much. I mean, somewhere between 11 and 12, I nap again and wake up at 2 again. So we're gonna try this here. Right now I'm feeling so good. It's pathetic. Them four burger patties was nice, and like I said, that was 12 ounces. So I know Omar. Once you start watching my YouTube, you're gonna start noticing. I did say 12 ounces. Oh yeah, by the way, each one of those 4-ounce patties, when cooked down, I did reweigh them. I should have showed y'all, but I did reweigh them, and it came up to like I want an average of 3 ounces each. And that means we lost a lot in the cooking process. We lost an ounce, man. I mean, that's a quarter of his weight was lost. That's kind of but wow. But according to my fitness pal, when I put in a hamburger, ground hamburger, it's showing it is mono, mono saturated fat. So hey, I'm kind of shocked. So we're gonna keep an eye on it, and I'm gonna try to really monitor today. And also, I'm gonna watch my activities because one of the things that I do not consider the fact is a lot of times I do a lot of stuff at one given time and burn out a whole bunch of energy. Anyway, today might be a good record day, or at least show you some of the potential things that go on here and how we're navigating our way through there. All right, guys. Peace. I'll catch y'all in a little bit. Okay, guys. I always had a thought that was the case, but my 1 cup here, and that is up to the brim, that is actually 2 whole measuring cups. So honestly, that's the max amount of iron I need for the day. And that is that's interesting. uh, with the meat and everything, blood level should be good to go. Like I said, I catch y'all in a little bit. We got a little bit more to do. All right, guys, we're back, and there was a correction that needed to be made. So I'm making the correction now. The beef was off. I don't know exactly how to make. Well, not how. I know how. Just something else is wrong. Not wrong. I just can't find it. I found it before in here, and now it's giving me a hard time. You know what? That's actually more accurate to that. But I'm gonna see. Back up, people. Nope, that's not right. Oh, milliliters off. Oh, excuse me. I'm just doing things that I shouldn't be recording. This part. Nope, that is not right because that's somebody else's brand. Hey, that's not right either. Okay. Yeah. You guys, excuse me for a minute. Correction number 58. Yeah, right. Look, okay, correction number 58. All right. Earlier I was wrong, so this is what we had today.
black coffee, about 3 sugars, 80-20 ground beef. Y'all saw it. I made it ground. Ate 12 ounces of that. So that was 4 large size meat patties, 12 ounces as cooked. As you saw from the measurements, it was 16 ounces, about 4 ounces each. After you cook it, you lose an ounce each patty. So, and as you can see, the calories are a lot better, a lot more correct. Correct means that I have about 1,061 calories left for the day. Um, there might have to be a little corrections on this, but like right now, I don't know if you caught the other. Whoa, there's a correction. Do y'all see it? I got it on here twice. Something's wrong. Let me delete that one. So, bam. 980 calories was that one meal. Pretty dense meal, but I feel a lot better than I felt in a little while, so this feels good. I'm still drinking my hibiscus juice, hibiscus flower, bisap. It's one of the bisap is the Mandika word for it. And if you notice in my fitness pal, it has it in Mandika, bisap, under the hibiscus flower juice. This is a juice made from the red flowers. So you see the dark color, which of course once again that keys you off on what? Iron levels. She tells me this is really bitter without sugar. I don't know. And honestly, I enjoy it. I don't look at the calories because she's heavy handed on the sugar. So I don't know what the calories for this juice is. Um, it's, but what I did, one of the main things I want you to focus on is I've been drinking it out of a glass, like y'all have seen in some of my previous videos. So today I took out the measuring cup and actually measured what it takes to fill that glass up. And I believe I showed it in the earlier video. So I'm gonna not throw away my other videos that were wrong in the MyFitnessPal, but just know this is the correct version. Okay. All right. So 861 calories of ground beef. Okay. Uh, black coffee. Bam, you see it there. 48 with 3 sugars, no cream, and hibiscus flower juice. This is what I'm finishing off the breakfast with. After this, we're done. We're gonna go take us a walk to the airport gate. It's 9 o'clock. I think I'm supposed to be meeting Uz after 10. So Uzman will be probably wondering where I'm at. Probably not, actually. He said after 10. And I want you to notice something that's 1,922 calories in here. Another thing we'll be talking about is on my walk up there, I'm gonna try to do another screen video of it, and so you can see it. I had talked mean trash about that Pokemon game called Pokemon Go for a long time, and I never really gave it a fair shot. And I tried to play it just like you do, like Pokemon Stadium and all that. And then I listen to all these people like killing themselves, walking off cliffs, and being just complete. I'm not gonna disrespect the dead, but that wasn't the brightest maneuver, guys. Come on. Oh, I'm trying to drink tea and talk to y'all at the same time. I mean, it's juicy. Anyway, however, what I did notice about that game, it does work here in Africa, especially in the Gambia. It will show you roads that if you look on Google, you don't see that are actually there. People drive down, walk down them, and all that. So I can tell you right now, I didn't realize Pokemon Go was a step counter. It's meant to get you out moving around instead of sitting around playing video game. I might be late, guys. I'm late. Okay? But one of the things you could probably see me doing is using Pokemon Go every now and again as I'm walking down here. So there might be some long, silly videos of me playing Pokemon Go. But what I want you to keep in mind is a part of the fitness journey. And so you'll probably just see me walking around collecting Pokemon, battling, doing goofy stuff. Because I have noticed that depending on how the real world's terrain changes, so does the terrain changes and the animals and creatures you find in the terrain of the game. So take a walk or trip down there to the beach. I should be seeing a lot more water Pokemon, which I saw that on the roadside before you get to the beach. So it's gonna be a cool thing to check out. So anyway, let me keep on. Let me go ahead and show you this here. So that's breakfast, guys. 980 calories, right? I can tell you right now, the calorie will drop at lunch because more likely that's probably going to be a fish meal, which would probably just be fish in my case. So, um, I'm trying to look ahead today and do some estimating on what I need to do because dinner and maybe some snacks, which I don't think it's going to be necessary. Watch, you'll see what I mean in a second. I'm going to click on here. My protein jumped a good bit up from that previous nonsense. We do have a fat content issue. We're no longer dealing with monosaturated fats. We are dealing with supposedly saturated fats. Um, like I said, I'm gonna go out and take a look at that oleic situation. I don't know what's real about that. But if you want to call these negatives, you could. But you have to keep in mind your body produces your hormones based off your fat content, and your brain functions off your fat content. So um, the day before, I didn't eat very much, and most of it was, if you want to call it vegetarian, you could, and carb base. And I did not function well when it came down to movement and stuff. Today, I'm already feeling better. You know how you have those days where you just make yourself do stuff. Today, I'm ready to do something. So, protein, 58 grams. So I need to do that at least about two more times. Not that much, but if I did that two more times, I would hit my protein goals. Uh, I am not doing right now. You don't see too many carbs, but just wait. I said that might be a fish meal, but it's almost guaranteed to probably fish and rice if I'm not trying to confuse people. Come on down. You see the sugars, 28 grams of sugar. I got 81 left to get. Once again, that's probably misconstrued because someone likes to be heavy-handed here. Look at this cholesterol. Yes, this is one of my main concerns was cholesterol. Um, my number shot through the roof upon the medication that I was put on, but now we have a better handle on that medication. And everything has been going completely down. Now, I got to get a test done. It is now a whole year being here, so some between in the next 3 months, I'll be getting a full blood workup. So we'll show that. Sodium intake horribly low. Potassium is up, so we still getting some salts, but you gotta watch out. You do need sodium. Um, but this is still at breakfast, guys. Vitamin C. We have 59 grams of vitamin C, so we're already at 41% vitamin C of what we need for the day. The majority of that is coming from the wonjo, the bisap juice. Calcium, which is also in the bisap juice. Not much, but there's some there. Now check out your iron levels. I hit them 2 cups. I hit 136. I thought those were, I think those are mellow. What is that? It doesn't tell me. That's just percentage. Okay. That's percentage. You have to do your own conversion on that, guys. I have not paid for this app yet. But anyway, I'm above 100. I'm above 100%. Matter of fact, I'm 30%, 36% over on my iron. So we're going to slow up on that for the rest of the day. Just because supposedly iron leads to like constipation and all that, but I think that's iron that's not natural to the body that does that. So like your fortified cereals and stuff like that. That stuff that ain't nothing but like metal shavings. Yeah, if you seen the old school metal, Mr. Wizard videos in fortified cereal, you'll see that he crunch up some cereal, put a magnet in there with it that has milk in there. They put the magnet in there, and he pulls it up, and it's just metal shavings. Now, to be real with you, on a whole nother real level, I was once a truck driver, and one of the things that I did, I took my yeah, that's a high fat percentage there. Oh, okay, but that's based off percentage within the percents of items too, though. So it's not as bad as it looked, but it's pretty bad looking. Also the fact is it's too hard to explain to them how lean the meat is because the meat I eat is very lean, even though it did look kind of fatty to me today. So I'm gonna leave this one alone, and I'm gonna probably change it up on another day when I got a better cut of meat. Anyway, back to it. I was a truck driver. Drove to another story time with Tony. All right, Musa. But that's what I was doing the time period of my name being Tony, so that's why you get story time with Tony. I drove out to Muleshoe, Texas. I hope that ain't too much information. And I was delivering hay for a local farmer down in Pecos, Texas. Yeah, I said local farmer. Yeah, that's a couple hour drive pretty easily. You drive up there, you drop off the hay, you go back. Anyway, and he was selling hay to a dairy that did natural, organic stuff, right? So, it's all like they supposed to have cameras at the gate. Not everybody's allowed on there, all this stuff. So all right, I get out there. I drop my loads of hay off. And while I'm out there, I'm just kind of roaming around looking at stuff. And they got iron, minerals, in powdered forms, all just stacked up in a barn somewhere. And they just kind of scoop that junk in there and mix it up with a little hay and feed it directly to the cows. Now, some people may say that seems fine, but that's the way they get their whole fortified ratings and stuff and all that. But I can't tell you no lie. There was never a day I came out there to drop hay off, and there was not about 5 dead cows at least. I actually was sitting there one time and watched one eating the hay and just keel over. By the time I got done unloading the hay, this cow dead in them. Anyway, no, yeah, I need to start a bit of blue that kind of stuff. But it was, yeah, he was not in this world, and it was explained to me that basically this, their job is to produce milk. So that's it. So their health concerns are only valued if it directly affects the milk quality. And that's something to think about. Okay, guys. In other words, what I'm getting at is that junk killed a cow. So, and it's a 4-chamber stomach animals. And keep in mind, at one time we were 4-chambered as well. One of the reasons why you have the appendix out there, it shows that there was once a connection between all our digestive areas. And you have to keep in mind kidney, stomach, intestines, large and small, um, you know, gallbladder, all of these things show a multi-stomach animal. So we have to kind of keep that in mind too. After, if you want to use the word evolution to mess with some people's minds, or if you want to go with the fact that after the account of Noah, we know that the human body changed even to the point of being able to tear meat with their teeth. Now, on with the fitness journey. I got about 1,900 calories left, right? What do you think would be the best way to optimize a good bit of meals? Like right now, like I said, I'm satiated now, and I don't normally say that word because it bothered me because I didn't know if people was playing games with their own minds. Oh yeah, I'm satiated. Oh yeah, I'm satiated. I'm full. Whatever. No, I just ate 12 of those. 12. No, that's a lot. 4 of those for 12 ounces of ground beef, and yeah, I'm feeling right. I'm feeling so right. It's kind of hard for me to finish this juice off. I'm looking at some of these available plans. I am looking at some dumbbells, guys. Okay, why is that a simple 9,000? And that's another thing. Like, I'm gonna click on this and see if I gotta pay for it. Try a plan for free. How long? Increase your daily steps schedule. 1 week, establish a baseline. This week, you will increase your daily step count by 500 steps. The total goal is to make that a new habit, not just doing it once. This week, 500 steps daily for a week. Okay. This week will set you up to start shifting your. Okay, cool. But here's a question: how you count? I mean, see, yeah, you still gotta pay for that part. So We'll work on that. But I think that might be a good one. We're gonna do the daily step count because I'm gonna take a walk anyway. And in truth, I'm gonna walk about 5 kilometers. So if anybody knows how to convert 5 kilometers into steps, and then somebody tell me what the world I just burn, it'd be great. But I'm going to be using the Pokemon Go game, okay? And y'all can try. We're gonna track it that way. All right. Well, okay. What's free then? Eat, eat green. I love people do that to you, but you got to keep in mind, not all of us can do the green thing. But I do it ways I can. Like this wonjo juice, you got to keep in mind those leaves out there. Y'all seen them in the garden? They're green. This is made from the flower, but they eat the leaves too. So you know what? Let's look that up, guys. Since I got y'all looking at the screen, mindful and motivated. Do a lot of that, especially since in Islam you do 5 times a day of prayer. I take those times, especially when I'm on my own, to pray at my own pace and therefore get stuck and get stuck, not stuck. Go into mindfulness and deal with meditation in the midst of prayer as well as after prayer. Works out wonderful, wonders. It's worked out wonders. I will have to tell you, that's probably the biggest proponent for me feeling better nowadays is my time period of prayer. So let's continue on. Where we at? Go to home. Diary. No, I forgot what I was doing there. What was I supposed to be doing? Oh, we were supposed to be looking up that. Is what we were doing. Diary. I'm gonna go to lunch and add a food. I'm going with Bissop since it seems to know. Oh my goodness, it even had a couple of Gambian dishes listed there real quick, huh? Bissop leaves. I want to just see if it can bring up those leaves, not just the. That's bottle. That's Bissop. That's leaves from Kellogg's Scoop Sorrel Bissop. That might be it. Let's see. I don't know what that was, but there you go. Now I'm gonna double check this. But I'll be honest with you, I kind of like what I'm seeing already. With 100 grams of leaf, you get at least 2 grams of protein, 10% iron, some vitamin A, some vitamin C. That's not looking that bad. Dietary fiber, 3 grams. See, that ain't too bad. It's looking good. I can tell you now they eat more than 100 grams because they take the leaves and they pound it down in that thing, the thing I showed y'all earlier, and they make it into like a sauce. And they scoop and eat it up. Sometimes they mix in okra. That's why you don't see me eat it too much. I don't mess with okra like that. That's interesting. I'm going to add that food, but not into my food today. Add another one that's also used a lot here. I think it's called, I know what it's called. I just don't know if it's in here or not. Oh, tamarind. That's what it's called. I don't know which one to go out, guys. So, as you see, 1 cup of tamarind. But if you look down, you'll see what's the value in it, though. 3.4 grams of protein in that thing. 750. Look, iron is 18. Calcium is 89. Potassium 753.6. Oh, I know what the problem is. You're not going to be able to see it in my fitness pal. You need to look at this thing outside of your own research on it. It's the amount of what is it? Magnesium. That's the problem. You ain't gonna be able to see that in here. At least not with the plan I got. Maybe if I pay for it, I can get a good like food analysis or something. But all right, guys, it's 9:13. Let's hit this road. I'll catch y'all in a minute.
All right, guys. This is at Union Military Camp. Don't know if I can really take a look at it, but I'll still give me a little walk in. Where I'm going is a little ways down this road while I'm waiting on my Pokemon Go program to update. This is the main road out here from the airport. Airport's back there. We see that. I don't know if you can see that white building with a piece of it sticking up. That's where the entrance is to go in at. Trying to see. Right there. So see, that's what people do here. You see those orange, I don't know if you saw those orange or yellow. Let me see. You see these yellow tags on these cars? Front bumper, rear bumper, yellow right there. Those are commercial vehicles. Those you see taxis and transports. That's a local way of traveling here. More popular than walking. Now, I guess because of being blind and Westerner, you can almost understand why it'd be more popular than walking because, well, why walk when anywhere from 10 to 50 Delassie, jump in and go, and for 52, like I said, say 52 and divide it by the number I say in Delassie, you get the U.S. currency value. So, and that number's changed. It's even less than that now. So, the only reason why you hear me not bringing it up because I figure 52 is a really good number, and I've actually been using 52 for a long time when I first thought about leaving the States. I basically, at that time, based any place I would go off a currency that was similar to that of the Philippines, but that was over 20 years ago. So, you can save up any little change you can and make something happen, or you can stay there and not be allowed to let things happen. Because see, people don't realize I ran a very legit business, and it's probably one thing I did wrong is instead of running a criminal enterprise, get away with whatever you can get away with as long as you don't get caught. And that is what cost me a lot of money. So, trying to run it straight, trying to run it like they say you should, knowing getting well, none of them do that. And there's even tax breaks to have your business fail. There's even ways to have a business and have another business as a tax shelter due to the fact that it is failing. There's a lot of ways to play that game. But at the end of the day, how comfortable do you feel? Do you feel like you're not doing something that may put you in danger or may put your family in danger, or that may, in the long run, just simply take away from your own personal integrity? So, in a place like this, the ground is raw. You may not have to do things that put your own integrity in jeopardy. So, and you can build up here. Like I said, guys, I'm just showing you. I am getting a little walk in. I was advised against the walk because of the temperature today, but it was fine to me. I didn't walk the whole distance I was trying to walk, and I have not measured this distance. So I'm going to take a small break and see if the Pokemon Go is ready to run, because it was updating. Just in case you don't know, guys, those are termite mounds, like right that one there. And the termites and their enzymes they put into this clay and all that, this stuff is supposed to be about as strong as cement. Got 2 partners on this wall. 2 goats, just chilling. A lot of things go easy over here. Even the crocodiles are not all that violent. They're not. We didn't run into a problem, and I do plan to go back out there to the crocodile pool so I can get you an up-to-date video of that place. There's a couple of cool things to see while you're here. Last time I was there, I got talked into grabbing one of the tails. They typically only put you on stuff that's been around people a lot. The ones that have not been around people, you'll notice they'll steer you away from them. That's a tuk-tuk. So a 3-leg vehicle. I don't know how long they're gonna let those stay here in the Gambia, but there's a lot of them down in the Banjul area. But I was recently told that someone put a legislation out there to try to ban them. They didn't feel like they were that safe. I've been in them. I ain't had a problem with them as long as you ain't in there flopping all around. But of course, it's a 3-wheel light vehicle. You know not to be jumping all around, man. Problem that you have is depends on how the driver drives, which is always the problem. Of course, mechanical failures too. But let's see if it's ready. That Pokemon Go. Let me go check it out. Like I said, I've been sleeping on that program for years. I did not realize it was actually a step counter, and the motivation behind it was to get people to work out more while playing video games. Of course, you gotta be responsible. Just like right now, I'm walking with this camera. I'm only looking down every now and again because I just never know who may come off the side of the road. And though you see dirt there and the road right there, that means nothing here. They drive off road. So every now and again, what you can't tell, I'm peering over my shoulder, checking my rear. I mean, I guess I could go over there. Kind of hard to get a vehicle over there, but that don't stop a motorcycle. All right, give me a second, guys. I'm out here fiddling around with the goats right quick because they started screaming. This goat here likes to tie himself in knots and everybody else around him. But now that I got the gate pretty much going, trying to take it off around his neck, but he just wants to be stubborn. So that's it for you. I'm done with you. What about you, girl? You want to come off that rope? All right, fine. Don't stay on that rope. Only one came off. The one I'm still trying to put some weight on. She's not looking her best right now. She's better. She's a lot better than she was. She had died on me. I really believe that because I picked her up by her horns and her eyes rolled in the back of her head, and she was just in straight. She wasn't even. She was shaking at one point, and she stopped shaking. And so I ended up giving her some sugar water. Built up her. What's her junk called? Got her hydrated. Gave her some antibiotic. The man who gave or sold me this goat, all his animals died and he don't know why. And I was like, dude, I thought you said your animals were healthy and then you're gonna bring it over here and put it next to the ones I already got? Really? So, and this is somebody who spoke really good English, so that junk shouldn't have happened. Anyway, so just got like a makeshift little gate, nothing major. They don't even come over here to the gate, as you can see. And now she's gotten better. She's picked up a little bit of weight, but I'm changing my feed up to something like it's a Milo, millet, and 15% goat feed, or 15% feed. Went to getting livestock mineral because I was really concerned about their copper and selenium deficiencies. But the truth be told, I've been doing a little reading, checking on that. Their darn sea salt is up there number 2 on mineral salt, and they eat that up. This livestock feed salt, they're not touching it. They really are not touching it. And a lot of stuff now is going towards loose salt being better for your animals because they just simply it's easy, it's readily available for them as opposed to trying to get them to lick a block. So I seen them change within a week on the loose sea salt. So I'm gonna take this mineral block I got that got broken in half anyway because they kept fighting each other, and pounding one into powder and see, because you can see them eat the salt. So see how that works. And if I get the copper from my salt, then I won't worry about trying to get it from my feed. But that little girl came on around, but I need to get some more weight on her. And the person told me she was pregnant, but I don't know about that. If she is, she shouldn't have been. She was way too young, too small. And we're working it out. So yeah, when I get back on this thing, I'll take it out in the open. I had it out in the open before, but man, every time I had to bend down, I don't know, it just felt like I was like setting myself up to be smacked. When I got it against that wall, I'm actually pressing it with my feet against the wall. So the spring enacts against the wall and goes up through, my feet and knees. Trying to, contain that massive blowback that may happen.
Take it to the next level.